Greed will make you exceed your need until you bleed, you know? So they knew that this was deep, deep, deep water. With Butch Cassidy was deep water. They knew that. Everybody knew that, you know? And that's why when they did grab him, they didn't even want to touch him. Thought they were the police, you know? So they handcuffed him. All right, so, you know, once you're handcuffed and...
But there was no roughing up.
No, there was none of that. They didn't want to touch him. Because they knew this is a good lick. They also knew if this guy who's very smart and very savvy and very connected, if he finds out who we all are finished. They knew that. That was a given.
Where did they get him? You know, like was it a house? Was he driving?
He was driving. That's how they were getting people.
Where
they would pull up on you like you're the police, like they're the police.
Where do you know what area was that?
I don't know. It's so long ago, but I think it was in the Bronx. They're gonna pull him in a place where they're gonna feel like they're not gonna likely, because they try to be in and out. So it's not likely that the police are gonna pull up on us or pull by, right, or whatever. Right. So they have to have a place where they've got relative cover and obscurity, you know, not too much traffic and so forth or whatever. And then, you know, they got to move kind of quick, but they still got to be in line with what a person would expect being pulled over by the police.
And so he take us through the process of how does your family or you find out, like, where's Uncle Butch?
It was kept very, 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 very quiet. Very, very quiet, and it got taken care of very, very quickly. They wanted 700,000. You know, call was made.
Incidentally, that's not in the indictment. That's not how much it says.
How much does it say in the indictment?
Less. So probably someone.
Oh, really?
Police took some money.
Yeah, it was 700,000.
Well, so when
he probably gonna be mad at me for saying that, but it was.
They're constantly being kidnapped, followed to be kidnapped.
Like you know, I know they're kidnapping Milwaukee.
One of the brothers was kidnapped.
You were around at that.
Yeah, I was around, and
tell us about kidnapping and like.
I mean, it's the same.
How does it ripple?
It's the same shit as you see in the movies, except there's no fucking feds in the negotiations. It's a dark conversation. Someone's calling you, telling you, "Yo, this is gonna die." I've been kidnapped myself. You know what I'm saying? So. And
those people mean they'll kill you.
Yeah, so I mean, you know, they
how do you know they're not gonna get the stuff and not kill them? You don't.
Yeah, you don't. It's just a matter of how far they're willing to prove who they are and their point, and if they feel like you're a threat to
afterwards
come back to them afterwards as to whether you survive or live or not, you know, or if the money's dropped off. And sometimes the money gets dropped off and they kill you anyway, just because they're, you know,
want to kill somebody.
Yeah, they want to kill somebody. So, but at the level that they're at, everyone's an enemy. Everyone's looking to rob you. Everyone's fucking up drugs, not paying you, giving you a story about the feds came in and kicked my door in, creating fake paperwork, creating fake teams to come in and raid you.
So that someone could say, "Yeah, I saw it." Oh,
you know, so
wait a second. Go. Hold on. So you know of instances where people had stuff on consignment.
Yeah.
And they created. They had
they
their
staged,
buddies dress up.
They staged it. They staged it. Took pictures. Called. Hey man, they're raiding them right now. This, that, and the other. You know. So,
wow.
When you talk about who was thrown under the bus, I can guarantee you that any person that they did throw under the bus was a motherfucker that was no good to them to begin with and backstabbed them at one point or other, owed them money.
Other than like, you know, a gun and a Sylvester and the people that were getting stuff from you, the people standing on the corner or even the middlemen, they would have seen you in the store. They would have known who you were, right? Did people know who you were?
No, I didn't hang out like that. We always stayed to ourselves and party. Like my brother said, we'll party among ourselves.
Among the family?
Among the family, absolutely. That's ourselves. We'll hang like that. We didn't go out and hang in bars, you know what I mean, or go to a lot of events that would be with the public. Well, the government called us a close-knit family, you know, because we did everything privately together, you know. And we didn't go outside that circle.
And that kept you safe probably for a long time.
Well, it did keep us safe.
What sort of, you know, Detroit, before then, during then, and now is every year number 1, number 3, number 2, murder rate. Were you guys sort of, I mean, you're in the suburbs, what was the danger level did you feel like for you personally and your families?
Well, we didn't have a problem with feeling, you know, threatened or any problems like that, you see, because our uncles really set the trend as relates to identifying us, who we were and was at that time. People wouldn't come at us like that. We did have one incident now.
Which was that?
Well, I got kidnapped.
Tell us about that.
Well, a person made an order.
How much?
It was a lot. So I delivered the order myself. Usually don't, because I had a female working with me who usually do my
This is
delivery.
the person you had been dealing with?
But this is, I don't want to say the name.
But it was a person you'd been dealing with?
No.
Oh.
But it was a person who was indirectly, I knew.
He was somebody in the streets or whatever?
No, it was somebody indirectly that I knew that was related in the family.
Oh, there you go, okay.
Through marriage, you know, like that. So,
What year was this?
you know, I can't.
Roughly 79, 80 or something?
It had to be about 78, 79, somewhere up in there, I believe. Yeah, around there. About 78, 79, yes.
And tell us what happened.
Well, I made the delivery.
Where at?
It's North End. It was North
So you're
End.
bringing what, a couple thousand grams to the North End?
Yeah.
And North End now is at the edge of kind of the gentrification, and it's still not nice, was not as bad, but at that time, that would have been one of the most dangerous, probably, neighborhoods in America.
Well, yeah, a lot of them was dangerous, but I had no problem going in them or slipping in them and slip out.
Why
you know?
wouldn't you have a guy like that come meet you at a hotel in Southfield or just somewhere a little more? Or there was everyday business going to drop off?
No. Remember, I had my other people. I had a female who would do most of my deliveries and pick up from YBI and Pony. You know, but again, this is a person who is indirectly connected to the family.
So you feel it's zero risk?
So, yeah. And the way, you know, they portrayed themselves and how they were sounding, you know, I was lax. And that's what cost me.
What's the mechanics of what happened that day? Like what?
Well, I went to make the delivery, as you know, I said, and waiting on the money. I hand over what the order was, and it was a stick up. And they say, no, we want more. So they wanted me to call and make a bigger purchase.
Oh, to ask for more to be
Ask
sent?
for more to be sent. And so.
What doc you had to call, or just wherever the stash was?
No, I had to call. Who did I call? Because Doc was out of town. I believe it was my uncle.
Oh, so they were still.
They were still
involved.
around. And, you know, that was the wrong person to call. So he brought whatever the order was. And that's how I was able to be released. Because they came for what they did. They came full force and they.
You got released.
And I got released. They released me.
And this isn't an incident that law enforcement ever knew about?
No, we never got involved with them. We took care of our own business. You know, they used to try to beat us there or try to catch us, but they never could.